Hello, Grand Rapids. A few updates today from City Hall. Many of you saw that the governor this week extended the stay home, stay safe order until May 28th. So that is for all of us who can continue to stay home. We are expected to do so, although there are some industries that are going back to work. So this week we saw construction go back. Next week we'll see manufacturing. And again, as we think through the process, the phased-in approach of reopening, it's going to be really important that we continue to take those medical precautions. So as we continue to stay home, it's going to require all of us to continue to support one another and stay strong. You'll see some things coming out of City Hall, again, uplifting the really incredible acts of kindness happening all over our community, but also reminding us that we are going to get through this together, that we are a strong community and we are going to rise above this difficult time and come back even stronger. So with that, we have a lot going on still at City Hall. The City Commission continues to meet. We're in the midst of our budget season. We had a full 3-hour budget session this past week, so I'm going to turn it over to our city manager to just give you a brief update on that, and then I'll give a few more reminders and tell you what you can look for coming out of City Hall next week.
Thank you, Mayor. And I echo what you shared earlier about us continuing to, in essence, be resilient through this time. These are very, very challenging, uncertain times. The safety of the community is paramount, but we also are concerned about our economic vitality as well. And we are sensitive to both people who are unemployed as well as some of our local businesses who are not seeing the kind of support that they would normally see. And so I stand with the mayor in my unwavering support to ensure that we remain strong together, and we're doing everything we possibly can. But there are just some things that are outside of our ability or outside of our control, and we have to defer to our county, state, and federal government for their leadership. And so we will get through this together. One of the things that's in our control is the adoption of the city budget. And like other businesses, we are too feeling the pressures of the economic downturn and are making very, very tough decisions. As the mayor said earlier, we unveiled the budget earlier this week, which was about $13 million less. And the commission has been very patient in understanding the needs to continue essential services, but also make some tough choices that will result in fiscal sustainability. And so we've identified the need to reduce our budget another $10 million. And last week we talked about potential decisions around public safety, economic prosperity and affordability, and mobility. And next week we'll be talking about health and environment, governmental excellence, and our ability to become engaged and connected with the community and making some more choices. But we're doing this in the best interest of Grand Rapids, and we're trying to do everything that we can to make sure that there's no decrease in essential city services. Mayor?
Thank you, City Manager. We're going to keep you updated on everything that we can going on here at City Hall. Last week, City Manager and I had a digital town hall. We'll continue to provide as much information and answer your questions as we move through the budget. As I said, there are other issues that we continue to work on besides the budget and responding to COVID-19. There's still a lot of important issues going on in our community. You'll see some of those as you go about your day in social media ads and just awareness. So one thing the City Commission did back in December is we updated our weapons ordinance, and that included language around replica guns or toy guns and firearms. So we'll be making sure we spent the last 4 months creating an education awareness around that with a number of partners in our community, including members from my Mayor's Youth Council, which I'm really proud of. So you'll start to see some of those messages coming out. It's just a reminder that it was passed in December, but it went into effect April 1st. So we want to make sure that you are well aware of that. Another issue that continues to be a priority to me and to the City Commission and everyone in this community is lead awareness. So as we all stay home and stay safe, if you are in a home that was built before 1978, it is likely that you have lead paint in your home. Now, it may be covered up with other layers of paint, But if paint is peeling and you have paint chips, it can be a danger to children if you have children in your home. Also, if they're playing outside around that home, there could be lead hazards in that. So we have been working really hard in partnership with our county to educate the community around lead poisoning. The number one way that children are poisoned in our community is from lead paint, and we want people to know those dangers. So we have a public awareness campaign that we've been doing around that. We'll continue to do as we also continue to fund our lead abatement program, lead remediation, and work with our partners in our community. So we'll share this PSA with you now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready or not, here I come.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to thank our communications staff for a great job in working with the county and putting PSA together, as well as all of our Essential City employees who are continuing to work during this pandemic. I do want to thank our inspectors who will be going out this week, continuing to expect not only the services that were essential before, but all construction now that has been permitted. And it is important for us to have that kind of construction activity, particularly in Grand Rapids, where we know we have a housing supply shortage. So I want to thank those housing providers for continuing to meet that need here in Grand Rapids. And our city will continue to partner to permit, to review plans, and to inspect and make sure that we get those critical infrastructure services and make sure they're available to our community.
Thank you, City Manager. So as we look to next week, the City Commission will be meeting again on Tuesday. We have a very full agenda. So we'll start off the morning with our standing committees, and then we go into our committee of the whole. On that agenda, we'll be reviewing the budgets for all of our corridor improvement districts throughout the city, also our Smart Zone, our Brownfield Redevelopment Authority, and our Economic Development Corporation. Those are all extremely important budgets, and they're going to be important as we look at relief and recovery moving forward coming out of this pandemic. In the evening, we'll be coming back together, and we have 2 scheduled public hearings Tuesday night at our 7 p.m. meeting. One is a public hearing on our service fees. We do that every year as part of our budget, so you'll find that in our budget agenda packet. And then also we have a public hearing on our Downtown Improvement District Special Assessment. So that will be at our evening meeting. Again, similar to the last couple of weeks, there's opportunities to weigh in and give public feedback. You can call in at the beginning of every meeting. I'll kind of walk you through what number to call, and then also how to get in the queue if you want to speak on any of those items. And then as we look at this weekend, we have Mother's Day on Sunday. So for all of the mothers out there, I just want to wish you a very happy Mother's Day. Even though this Mother's Day may feel a little bit different, you may not be able to be with your loved ones. Know that you play an important role in our lives, including my mom.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to wish all the mothers a very happy Mother's Day, and the 3 very important mothers in my life, my wife, Ardina, my mother, Rose, and my mother-in-law, Ruby. Happy Mother's Day to all of you.
Happy Mother's Day. Stay safe, everyone.